I took it easy. I was not playing anywhere on Friday and shit. Yesterday I just was exhausted, man. 3-week job, dude. From hell. Finished it. And I was like, oh yeah. Driving to Flowery Branch. Yeah, it's a long drive every day. Driving to Flowery Branch.
Are you still doing flooring?
Yeah. I've been doing for a long time. Yeah. I stay busy between carpet, sand and refinishing jobs, and installation on wood and everything else. You know what I mean? I stay busy.
Yeah, that's hard work. Oh.
Well, it's you guys came to work with me on that sand and finishing job, and that was a little tougher kind of work, but I've really mastered that going on and finding out some of the issues I had going on at the time, you know what I mean? So I've simplified a little bit better. Now you can put the stain on with a buffer. You don't have to get on your knees. You can clean the floor better if you got like a swift with some, just stuff like that. I don't get on my knees as much. Running the edger, it's a little simpler. I got a new one that's easier, you know what I mean, to use and stuff like that. So, just some of the tricks of the trade I've been learning. I just did one over in South Carolina, over right on the beach. It turned out beautiful. I did it myself. It took me 4 days. 4 days, it's about 900 feet. It turned out gorgeous. Guy had a horse farm over there, so. And yeah, I worked hard a couple of days. But once I got the sanding out of the way, after the first 12 hours, it was downhill from there. All I had to do was do a light buff coat and poly it.
Yeah, it's the knee work that's so hard.
It is too. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm getting older and stuff, and the knee work is pretty hard. If you're not conditioned to do that knee work, yeah, it can be trouble on you for sure. There's no doubt about it. I make it look a little easier, and I had trouble sometimes too. And that's why I take on different jobs. I'm doing a shower over here. I don't need that. I do showers, shower pans. I'll do some showers here, and then I'll do. When I got carpet, I use a big power stretcher. I don't kick that shit. You know what I mean? I use a power stretcher. And then if I do, some other hard shell products, I got a couple of little Mexicans that have been doing some work for me. They're Guatemalan kids, so they just did a big job for me the other day and made some money. So I've kind of been hiring people to do work for me. And
yeah,
it's easier.
Sure they do good. Yeah, that kicking's too.
Yeah, they did. They knocked 1,000 feet off the other day.
Yeah.
For them. Snap in, rubber kind of snap in. And, I made good money off them, and I paid them good. They were very happy, and I was happy. One day, knocked it out. Damn.
Yeah, they do all the labor now. They work hard.
They do, too. These kids got families, and they're good. They're 25, 24, 26, I think, two of them. Right in that age group, 24, 25, from California. They came in from the border, A lot of them in the country like that. They don't have citizenship. They had California licenses. I think they both do still. If I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. I asked them, how's it going? Yeah. One don't have a car, one does, so. But they live close by. They live over there in the little hangout with a lot of the Mexican hangouts go for jobs. So I met them over there picking up some workers one day.
Yeah.
Besides that, man, Pat borrowed my drum set, played down at Doc's. Was it 2 weeks ago now? 3 weeks ago, I guess it was. Yeah.
And that was with Sean or somebody?
Yeah, I was playing with Sean down there. And I went down there. He goes, come borrow your kit. So I got a couple of them. I let him use some not crappy cymbals, but thick cymbals that are big.
Yeah, he beats them pretty hard. No.
I gave him real big, thick. I gave him an old set of 14 big, thick hi-hats that were very good sounding. There's those. Gave him a nice back ride. I was like, he played the shit out. He thought I was coming down Saturday to fill in most of the night with him, and I didn't show up till the last 15 minutes, and he drugged me right in there to play. He got up and walked away. He was playing a song. He pulled me in. I just kept playing. Backed him up and left out of there, yeah. I was like, whatever. Yeah, he's a mess. He's trying to get back to California, I guess, it looks like,
Well, that's what I heard he went. He headed back out there.
Yeah.
Said he might be back in a month or so or something. Said he was going to get his drums, but I mean, I really don't know.
He's a traveler. Pat's a traveler. He is, you know.
Oh, yeah. He'll go anywhere in a minute.
He'll travel, whatever it is. He can make a few bucks on the deal. He bought a new vehicle. It's a little minivan, so he went out there. I guess he's hanging out with some friends outside of L.A., I guess he said. Trying to get some work, you know. Pat's a player, you know. He's a player, but he's telling me, he goes, you know, I haven't had a lot of good luck in Georgia, and I came out of Tampa, and I came up here to play with Dave, and, you know, him and Dave finally broke ways. And he moved in to try to get a few gigs here and there when he could, but, you know, there's not a lot of stuff for him in Atlanta. You know, it's not
there's nothing. There's nothing in Atlanta, period, and there's really nothing here.
You're playing all the pubs. That's what you're doing. You know, you play the small pubs, and you know, the bigger clubs, if you're going to play any of them, far and few between where they're at. Number one, and number two, they're playing the young country kind of soulful country rock kind of thing these days in them clubs. You know, the bass player you're trying to hire is my buddy Randy Lee.
I don't know him. I just got a text from some guy named Randy.
That was Randy. Yeah, that was Randy. He said you texted him or something about coming in audition for a bass player's position. And I said, yeah, I know Blue. I said, yeah, you know, Randy's a good player. He sings and plays. He's so good. He's daddy played all his life. He's a good guy, too. You know, he's a good guy, but he's busy like I am, you know, trying to pay a mortgage right now. He is, and stuff like that. So it's hard for us to play full time with any one buddy, you know, going on, because it's tough. It's tough to get off a job Friday and run across town in Atlanta's traffic and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Saturdays, me and Randy's got a little band going on. Matter of fact, we found a kid, 31-year-old. He's a rock country singer. He can play it. He's got a little buddy, also pretty good guitarist, so we're doing a few gigs here and there. They got some connections. Randy used to run sound all the time at the Cuckoo's Nest. You ever play up at the Cuckoo's Nest?
No, I think it went under before I could get in there.
Gotcha, yep. And then he ran sound up there for 5 years, so he's really connected, like, with all what's going on in these festivals. And because the festivals is really what's happening, and some of the bands that are making money are these, of course, they're the, what do you call them? Bands?
Tribute bands.
Tribute bands are kind of, you know, kind of a little bit of a hit, of course, you know, with you can go play one of them places and make a little money, but it's a lot of work for a little pay. It really is. You try to do tribute, because you're not going to, unless you play out a lot doing it, got the right guys to do it with, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
I see some guys out, they got a tribute band going on, and then they got a blues band going on, and they got anything else that they can grab going on, you know what I mean, with jobs when it comes to musicians. So they're doing 3 or 4 different things, you know, trying to stay busy with good pay. You know, it's about the pay. Paying good. Dave, you know, Rhodey, he's connected up in Blue Ridge, man. He gets paid. He's making $800, you know, a night. He's getting $600 out of the club scene, $650. He's getting all the major events up there going on.
Yeah.
He's kind of hobdogging with the rich up there in Blue Ridge, you know. Johnny Searcy, which is the chief of police, he knows him, and good friends with him. Yeah, Dave did pretty good for himself up there. They're on the road right now. They're up in Minnesota.
Oh, back to the casino.
Yeah, he's still holding on to there up there, because the guy loves what's the guy's name? Something, Iglesias or something. It's got him booked up there in a couple different places, but so he'd go to Iowa, then he goes to Minnesota, I think in Wisconsin, and comes back. You know, he's got them 2 young kids that are graduated 2-year degree, and I think MI or IM or whatever that institute is, Music Institute. And they're teaching, you know. They read music. They're teaching and stuff during the week, making about $20, $25 an hour. And they go play with Dave, and they love it. they're living the dream. They're paying rent, playing music.
Well, that's cool. They'll probably wind up with me eventually because I wind up with all Dave's old players.
These are probably young kids that'll probably hang with Dave for a while. They're both kind of from Blairsville. I think each one of them's from up that way. They're fixing to move back up there actually and get some stuff going on. So their parents live up there, but they'll probably stay with Dave until Dave retires or passes. I think this might be the last two guys he has in the band until he either keels over, hate to say it, or just retires. You know, Pete lost his leg. You know that. Pete almost got killed. So if Pete would have lost his leg, it would have been over pretty much for Dave. Copper would have probably shut the books on that. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty close for him. You know, being 66 or 67 years old, you know, you tell yourself how long you're going to be doing it. Dave's going to do it till he can't do it, or Pete goes, one of the two.
Yeah.
You won't find someone else like Pete, you know what I mean, to play with him and stuff. I doubt it.
Yeah, I figured I'd be lucky to get to 60 at this, you know.
Well, you think that, and when you get to 60, you go, well, I still got some effort in me, and, you know, the direction, you know, depending on where the band directionally goes to and who's managing it and what they're doing, you know, for that, sometimes has a big indication on your career. Dave's been lucky to manage his own deal, pretty much, and, but, you know, the direction he's stuck with is, at his age group, older people that still enjoy the songs that he plays, and these older people, he's into, you got to be into the money, you know, you got to go where the people will pay you good. So he sniffs them out. I can say that about Dave. Dave's always sniffed out a good paying gig.
Well, that's the age group that does pay. The older crowd, the young crowd don't pay. You don't make no money there.
No, you don't make really no money there. Like I said, tribute at some of these festivals might pay you $800,000 or $900,000 for the night because you're headlining, you know. But besides that, you're not going to get paid. You know, good old days. Randy knows connections up there. Fly Betty and a few other bands that are playing with click tracks, and you know they got nice. Now they're all digitally sound systems in these places. I was about good old days the other day. Listen, it just happened. Fly Betty was playing up there, and ain't nothing special, but they're playing the clicks, and people like them. Yeah,
I think that's
Next thing you know, I could turn you on to some gigs that's going on right now. Over at Flowery Branch, once a Friday, they have a band in there at the little pavilion. I don't know if you ever played over there in Sterling on the Lake. Did you ever try to get that gig over there, Sterling on the Lake?
I don't know anything about that one.
Yep, good paying gigs over there. Of course, you play at the Branch House, but Branch House ain't shit. But if you can get in down there on the lake at Margaritaville down there, I think they call it now, where everybody goes and plays, that's a good paying gig.
Yeah, well,
No. Try to get that big.
I don't know if she has or not. She does all that booking, so I don't know. It seemed like at the Branch House there was some racism going on down there. We never went back down there.
Never went back down to the Branch House over what?
It seemed like there was some racism going, some words coming across there that weren't very polite, you know. So.
At you guys?
Yeah. So we didn't go back down there.
Who was playing with you? Did Dwayne play with you over there?
I don't remember. I had a black drummer. I don't remember if Dwayne was there or not. I had a black drummer and somebody used the N-word before we got out of there. You know, somebody in the audience. I don't remember if Dwayne was there or not. I had this black guy named George there.
Remember that.
That was the last gig we played with him, I think.
A little redneck over there, I guess. But, you know, Willie worked in the back of doing cooking. Willie's a black guy that worked back there all the time. The manager, he's not white. He's, what is he, Puerto Rican or something, you know?
I don't know. I know when we were loading out, somebody started saying that word. And Bella would not book us back in there. She wouldn't even touch it again after that.
I don't blame you. It's a tough place to play. It's very hollow in there. Never had too good of a sound in there. It's too boomy.
And the sound's ridiculous. Actually, they got the mixer stuck in a room where you can't get to it, and And one side of the room is reverb and the other side is dry. You know, the way they got it set up like that, and it's weird.
Ridiculous and shit, for sure. Oh, yeah. But festivals, man, I mean, get into festival routine, you know, it pays pretty good for doing festivals. I was doing Claremont Festival with Dave, and the artist that just brought a guitar and sang were making $250 for the hour.
Wow.
45 minutes. Yeah, $250 for 45 minutes, you know.
Well, that's great.
And that's that's kind of a day thing. You go make that money during the day even as a small 3-piece, you know what I mean, and play for your slot, they call it. Might have been a little bit longer. I think it might have been an hour and 15. I'm not sure, but I don't think it was no more than an hour and a half. But everybody's hanging out, you know, and daytime is the best time to play where everybody's at. Dave headlined at the Claremont Festival and said, "Oh, we're headlining. Guess what? By the time we got around to about 7:30 and dark, we could turn the lights on. No one was around.
No,
No one was around.
Wow.
They were all over by the vendors. They parked the vendors kind of a little ways away.
Yeah.
We were all circling the vendors at the time. Yep, and they weren't really paying attention to any music over there, you know.
Yeah.
Anytime you want at 2 o'clock, that 4 o'clock shift is where everybody's at. 4 or 5 o'clock is where you want to play. Everybody's there at that time.
Oh. I've been doing a lot of solo stuff lately by myself.
Have you? Yeah.
Well, just to make money, you know, to actually clear a profit.
Yeah, it's better. It's easier money for you. If you can do a couple solo things a month, so you did 4 of them, and you were doing them on a matinee during the day. You know, you go play, and then you go at night and play your foot.
No.
Some money.
I've started to get used to it. At first, I really hated it, but I got me a little better guitar now. I was doing it on an $80 guitar all this time. Hold on just a second, Tony. I got a call. Can you hold on a second?